So good morning, everyone. And as I said, we are going to be needing a tissue. You may need a tissue today for a breathing exercise. So if you need to take a moment and grab one, feel free to do that. And otherwise, let's come to our mats. Larry, would you mind putting the screen down? Now, just a word about sitting cross-legged. Some people have trouble with this, and we want the hips to be at least on the same level or higher than your knees. So if you're sitting like this because your knees just don't go down, feel free to use a couple of things. You can put blocks under them just so they're supported and they're not just sort of hanging there, which can be painful over time. You can also sit on a brick, which is totally fine as well. And that way you can bring the knees down and it helps with your posture. So any of those, or you can put, if you're having trouble, you can also put, blankets under the knees just to support them. So just a couple of ideas there. If you're having trouble with your knees sitting in a tight cross-legged position, you can also loosen your legs a little bit. For what we're doing in our breathing and that sort of thing, it's totally fine. Or you can extend one leg, whatever feels comfortable. You can, over time, these muscles will relax. We're doing a lot of things to stretch the inner thigh, the hips, the muscles around the knees, the calves, hamstrings, all of those things, which can be a little tight if you're new to the practice. So with your tissue here, we're going to start with a breathing exercise called Nadi Shodhana. And the nadis are in Ayurvedic as well as Chinese medicine, a system of, I think, 72,000 channels of energy or light that crisscross the body. And this breathing is cleansing of the nadis. So it's a circular breathing, ongoing practice. We're going to start, and I'll just demonstrate it first. So with your hand in Vishnu Mudra, so your thumb is up, your pinky is up, the other fingers are folded. We're going to close the right nostril. We always start on your right, so I will not be mirroring you here. So close your right nostril with the thumb gently. Don't want to be pulling your head to the side or anything. And then we'll inhale to a count of 8 on the left nostril. We'll then cross, actually we'll be using the 4 and 5 finger. We'll change and cover the left nostril, exhale through the right, then inhale through the right, cover the right, exhale through the left. So you always change on the exhale, and we'll go back and forth between the two. So I already have to use my tissue, so that's why I have a tissue. So it does a good job of cleansing the nostrils. So let's just start by closing our eyes first, centering ourselves, slowing down the fluctuations of the mind. Relaxing your shoulders and your face. And if you'd like to set an intention for your class today, do so now. Again, an intention is just a thought, prayer, a consciousness, and a focus to your practice. And when you're ready, let's begin. So we'll close the right nostril, inhale through the left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now close the left and exhale through the right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale through the right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Close the right and exhale through the left, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Close and exhale through the right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Now I'm going to stop counting, but you continue at your own pace. And wherever you are, let's do one more round. And end on your exhale on the left. And keeping your eyes closed, returning to normal breathing. Noticing the sensations of this cleansing breath work. And you can open your eyes, use your tissue if you need to. Probably one of the most valuable breathing exercises is circular breathing. And it's very good for stressful times, calming the body. So something to keep in your back pocket. Let's close our eyes again. Let's drop our neck or our chin and do some gentle neck rolls to your left first. 2, 3, inhale, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now exhale, coming down the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, inhale to the left, check your shoulders. Make sure your jaw is relaxed. Space between your teeth as you exhale down the other side. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Coming to center. Let's go the other way now. Inhale. Really just paying attention to how your neck feels today. Exhale as you're coming down the other side. Doing this at your own speed. If you find a little knot or a little gravelly part, feel free to spend a little bit more time breathing into that. But using the breath. And when you've done 3, you can come to center and open your eyes. Let's do some wrist work. Interlock the fingers and just rolling the wrist gently around, involving the elbows, maybe the shoulders a little bit. Go the other way. Pressing the hands out, pressing them the other way, shaking them. Maybe making a fist with your wrists and just doing rolls into the wrists. Going the other way. Relax your shoulders. Now expand the fingers and squeeze, out, squeeze, out, squeeze, out, squeeze. Shake them out. Shake your shoulders. Bringing your arms up into a Y formation. And we're just going to lift the torso and open the chest, pulling back, just sort of pulsing back. I call these the Y's, W's, T's, and L's. And these help to open up the heart and to open the shoulders, work against the dowager hump, which is that hump that we can develop over time in the back of the neck. Now coming into the W's, we bend the elbows, keeping them in line with the shoulders. Hands are facing forward. And again, I'm just gently pulsing them back, opening the heart space and breathing. Relax your jaw, feeling that squeezing between your shoulder blades and the back of the body. Now expand the arms. This is our T's, right? And palms are facing forward and just gently pulsing back. Nice tall spine, chin is parallel with the floor, keeping the airspace open. And then bring the elbows down against the body, but the arms are, or the forearms are still out. This is our L's, YWTLs. I do these every day when I first get up in the morning. Weakens the back as well. And relax, and you can shrug your shoulders. Now I'm going to back up against a wall, so take a moment. We will be using the wall occasionally, so just keep that in mind when you're situating your mat. And we're going to be sitting against a wall, coming into our Dandasana pose. Now, if it's uncomfortable to sit on the hard floor, you can put your blanket or a towel under your hips. Grab your bricks, make sure you have them closed, and your belt. And I'm going to take one of the bricks and I'm going to put them between my calves, sort of in the shoebox size, the lowest one. I'm moving the skin away from my hips. I'm bringing the body back against so that my shoulders and the back of my head are against the wall. Now, if you have trouble getting your head against the wall, you can put a blanket behind it as well. The wall is a guide here to inform us how we're doing on our posture. And if you're not there yet, that's fine, but that just gives you information. We're going to press down on the hips. My hands are at my side just for stability. Pressing down on the hips, stabilizing the body. I'm squeezing the brick. At the same time, I'm pressing down with my legs and flexing my feet. This is our seated rod pose, Dandasana. It's a postural strengthening position. And it looks like you're not doing much, but if you're truly squeezing that brick and pressing down with the legs and pressing down with the hips and trying to maintain the shoulders and the head to the wall, you might feel that you're pretty busy here. Engaging our Uddiyana Bandha and the Mula Bandha, our core, pulling in here and breathing. Taking 3 or 4 deep breaths here, again through the nose. And just noticing how your body feels. And then you can take your belt. We're going to make a loop with the belt. This is always the hardest part. So we want to make a loop so that you don't have a twist in it, which is what I always end up with. So taking the one end, going through both metal loops, and then back through one so that you have your loop. And then you can pull on that to adjust it. And you want your loop to be a little less than shoulder width. So you have to futz with it a little bit till you get it to that correct area. And you want to then put your arms in. Make sure you don't have the belt, the metal belt over your forearms. Let that hang separate. And we want to move that onto our forearms. Bring your arms up. I'm going to tighten mine just a little bit. I want just a little bit more traction there. And again, bringing the arms up, now pulling the arms in so that the shoulders are in their socket. But we're going to continue to press out with our arms. So again, we're still squeezing the block. Feet are still flexed. We're still pressing the backs of the legs against the floor. We're still engaging our core. We're still pulling those shoulders in towards the wall. And now we're pressing out with the arms, and breathe. Check your chin, relax your jaw, space between your teeth. Now, when you're ready, bring the arms up so that the hands are up above the head. You can touch the wall if you'd like, but I think it's more just to get the lift in the side of the body. We're still pressing against the belt, but we're lifting up through the torso, not through the arm sockets. Just finding space in the side of the rib cage and along the spine. Breathing, check your chin. Press down with the legs and the hips. Squeeze that brick. Dandasana. One more breath. And exhale, release. You can set those aside and then just take a moment here with your feet together and your hands at your side. Close your eyes and just take a moment to notice how your body feels. Where are you feeling? What are you feeling? Maybe a little opening in the shoulders, maybe a little opening in the chest. Maybe some energy in the legs. Now opening your eyes, and we can move out a little bit from the wall now and move our props, clear our props from the area. And we're going to lean back onto our hands so that our feet are in front of us and our knees are bent. We're just going to do some windshield wipers here, side to side. Letting the hip come up as you roll over. Opening up the hips. Now, as you start to come over, let's bring the other arm over and touch the floor. Come back to the other side, touch the floor. So now we're getting the upper body involved here in this movement. And then maybe start to use that opposite arm and do a loop, like a lasso with the arm. So getting the arm motion in here. As you come side to side, loop. Do 3 or 4 of these on each side. Opening up the shoulder. Moving the spine. And after you've done 3 or 4 of those, coming onto the side, let's come up onto our knees. Now use your hands if you need to, but try to come up without using your hands. Rolling over to the other side, coming up onto the knees, hands at your heart, and down. Other side. Press through the legs, engage your core. Other side, engage your core, press through the legs. A little bit of hip strengthening work here, another time. One more time. And come back to center. Shake your legs out. Again, coming onto our sits bones, moving the skin away from your hips, bringing the feet back together and flexing them. Inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, coming into our forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Now, the goal here is not to touch your head to your feet, or to your legs, rather. If you can touch your feet, that's different. That would be very flexible. But the goal here is to lengthen the spine. So I'm pressing down with my heels at the same time. I'm sort of reaching and inching forward with my fingers, feeling a stretch in the hamstrings, lower back. This is wonderful for releasing tension in the lower back, sciatic region, nerve region, as well as the hamstrings. One more breath here. And then let's come up, grabbing your belt now. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the belt. So inhale, bring the arms up, and exhale, looping the belt around your feet, and then holding the belt with both hands, keeping the feet flexed. And again, we're just looking for that stretch in the lower back and in the hips, keeping the back nice and long, the spine extended, finding that stretch. And breathe. The belt helps us to just maybe get a little deeper. And release. Now, taking the legs back into our side saddle positions, but with them spread fairly wide here. Bringing the arms up, we're going to come forward with the arms. So another forward stretch, but with the arms, with the legs bent. Now, again, the goal here is not to touch your head to the floor. We're just looking for that stretch. I'm feeling it here in the inside of this groin, lower back. I'm sort of resting on my forearms here. Release the jaw. And you may need to fiddle with your legs a little bit to find a position that works for you. This might, if you have knee issues, it might be a little strong, so be careful. When you're ready, walk the hands up, arms come up, and we come into a slight twist here with my right hand over I'm not mirroring you, my right hand touching my left knee and my left arm behind for a twist. Arms come back up, coming forward, finding that stretch. This time coming straight back up, using our core, arms come up and find the stretch, or the twist, excuse me. Arms come up, forward. Arms come up, engage your core here to raise the body and twist. Coming back to center. Now let's bring the legs out, give them a little wiggle here, shake it out, and we'll do the other side. So again, we're in a side saddle position. Both feet are pointing towards towards one side. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, coming forward, finding your stretch. And again, adjusting your hips, adjusting the leg position to find that stretch. Again, maybe feeling this on the inside of the opposite thigh, sort of one of the quads here. Maybe in the hips, the lower back, and breathe. Relax the chin and the head. When you're ready, let's walk the hands up, bring the arms up, drop them to the opposite side. Back arm is providing support. Other arm is touching the back of the, you can either use the back of your hand or just hold the knee, gently lifting and finding a twist. Again, keeping your chin over your breastbone. We're twisting the torso, not the neck here. And then bringing the arms up, coming forward, finding our stretch. Inhale, engage your core, arms come up and twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, core, arms come up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach. And come back to center. Shake your legs out and let's come into our child position. Spreading our knees nice and wide and working back, hips onto the feet if that's available to you, or using whatever props you may need here. Head to the floor or head on a brick. And then just take a couple moments here, a few breaths to settle into our child or balasana. Breathe. Taking any wiggles or jiggles in the hips or the shoulders that you may need that feel good. And one more breath. On your next inhale, let's spread the fingers nice and wide. Come up onto our hands, tuck our toes, and press our knees up into downward facing dog. Walking our feet if we'd like here to work our calves. Pressing through the tops of the hands, not dumping into the wrists here. Moving from side to side if that feels good to you. Shake your head yes and no. And breathe. Maybe coming up onto the toes for a little stretch there. Keep those hips up, dropping the knees maybe. And pressing the heels back towards the floor. 2 breaths here. And on your next inhale, let's soften the knees. Walk the feet to the front of the mat, coming to your hands, coming into our forward fold Uttanasana. Keep the knees soft or bent as much as you need to be able to keep your hands on the floor. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, finding more length. And then exhale deeper into your fold. Inhale, bring the hands to the hips, engage your core, press through the heels and hinge up to standing. Bringing the hands to your side. I'm turning so you can see me. The big toes together. Lift and spread your toes and place them back on the mat. Engaging the feet with the ground and feeling and sensing that engagement, the sides of the feet, the heels, the toe pads. And then pulling that energy up from the earth through the arches and feeling the arches lift. As you pull that energy up into the body, that fresh prana, into the calves, engaging the calf muscles now. Pulling up into the knees so that the kneecaps are engaged. Engaging the thighs. Pulling up at the Mula Bandha now, supporting our internal organs. Pulling in at the Uddiyana. Allowing that energy to continue to rise up through the back of the spine, opening the heart space, shoulders drop down and away from the ears. Engaging your Jalandhara Bandha so that the chin is gently pulled in and the neck is protected and connected with the rest of the spine. And now allowing that energy to rise up the back of the spine and out through the top of the head. Coming to our Ujjayi breath. Our mighty mountain pose, Tadasana. And you can open your eyes. Keeping your toes together, let's interlock our fingers in front of us, lifting up on our heels onto our toes, turning our hands at the chin, pressing up, keeping those toes together. Squeeze your core together. Inhale, turn to the right. Keep the heels up off the ground, balance. Coming back, exhale to center. Now inhale, going to the other side, on the toes. Exhale, come back to center. And bring the arms down, bring the heels down. Keeping the feet on the floor this time, but still with the toes touching, interlock your fingers, turn at the neck, lift up. Now this time we're going to bend to the left side, actually your right side. Finding that stretch in the opposite side of your body, and inhale, coming up to center. Exhale, the other side. And now pressing down with that opposite foot too to find that stretch at traction. Keep the chin relaxed and come back to center. Release the arms, shake it out. I'm going to take off my socks now because I'm now warm enough. And finding your wall again, we're going to stand at the wall and doing a gentle quad stretch. You can take your belt, can leave the loop in if you'd like, and throw it over your shoulder. I'm going to just stand at the wall about a foot away from it with my body, the side of my body in line with the wall. I'm going to lift back and grab my ankle and keep the knees together. So I'm not doing this, but I'm pulling it in towards so that they're in line. At the same time, you don't want to overarch the back, so pull the rib cage in line so that you have the normal curve of the spine. Now, if this is a quad stretch, if this is too strong for you, here's where you can use the belt, put it under your ankle and use it like that to get that stretch. But whatever helps you, we're working on that muscle there. And breathe. This is also a stretch that helps if you're having trouble sitting cross-legged. The quads are often tight. Again, don't overarch the back here. And release. We'll do the other side. Same thing. If you need your belt, feel free to use it. And I'm using the wall here to hold on to for balance too. You can use a chair or whatever. It's about the stretch, not about the balance at this particular moment. Again, using whatever, your hand or the belt to grab the ankle, checking your rib cage and pulling it in so that you have the natural curve of the spine and you're not jutting, overarching the back. Check your chin so that it's level with the floor and breathe. Knees are aligned. The knees are not touching, they're just under the hips here. And breathe. Feeling that stretch. and release. Shake it out. Take a few steps here to move things around here. Coming to the front of your mat, we're going to do our dynamic flow, just the same as we did last week. Move my blanket out just a little bit. So with your feet about hip width apart, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinging, hips go back, coming to our forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale deeper into the fold. Knees are soft here. Inhale, step back with the right foot. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Inhale, plank, shoulders come over the hands. Exhale, drop the knees, the chest, and the chin to the floor. Now, inhale, we're going to do our 2 baby cobras, lifting the hands, feet are still on the floor, squeezing it on either side of the spine, at the top part of the spine. 2 breaths, and exhale down. Inhale up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze between the shoulder blades, keeping those elbows close to the body. Exhale, hold. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, hold. Now we're going to do 2 locusts. So this is where we lift the feet, the hands, shoulders, and the head from the floor. Squeeze the whole length, all the muscles on both sides of the spine. Top to bottom, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, lift the feet, hands, shoulder, head, squeeze. Strengthening the back of our body, all of those muscles. Breathe. Inhale and down. Pressing through the hands. Let's inhale and then exhale back into child for 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale for 1. Inhale for 2 and exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale, reach with the fingers, spread the fingers wide, tuck your toes, coming into our downward facing dog. Let's do 5 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Hips to the sky, press them up as high as you can. Inhale. And exhale. Do whatever movements here you'd like that feel good. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale, make sure you're pressing through the tops of the hands, not the wrists. And exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, soften the knees, walk the feet to the front of the mat, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. You can soften the knees if needed here. Inhale, bring the hands to the hips, engage your core, press through the heels and come to standing. Take a moment here with your hands at your side and breathe. A resting breath. We'll repeat that one more time. Exhaling through the fingertips. Now inhaling as we rise with the arms, and exhale, hinging to our forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale deeper into our fold. Inhale, step back this time with the left foot. Exhale, step back with the right, coming into plank. Inhale, shoulders over the hands. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra, lifting the hands, feet are on the floor. Exhale for 2, or for 1, excuse me. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you inhale for 2 now. And then exhale down. Inhale, lift the hands, shoulders, head. Exhale, hold, squeeze. Inhale for 2. And exhale down. Locust. Inhale, feet, hands, shoulders, head. Exhale for 2. Squeeze everything back there, both sides of the spine and the glutes. And exhale down. One more time. Feet, shoulders, hands, head. Exhale, hold. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale down. Inhale, press through the hands. Exhale, spread your knees and come into child. 3 breaths. Inhale, 1. And exhale. Inhale, 2. And exhale. Inhale, 3. And exhale. Inhale, reaching forward, spreading your fingers nice and wide. Tuck your toes. Exhale into downward facing dog for 5. Inhale. And exhale, check your head and your neck. Inhale. And exhale, coming onto your toes if you'd like for a stretch. Inhale for 3. And exhale, feeling that stretch the whole length of the back body. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, soften the knees and walk the feet to the front of the mat, coming into our forward fold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to your hips, engage your core, press through the heels and hinge up to standing. Hands to your heart, keeping your eyes closed for just one moment. Enjoying the sensations and the energy of our morning flow, our sun salutation. Bringing your hands now to your side, opening your eyes with your feet about hip width apart. Let's reach up to the sky and come down into a seated position, Utkatasana. So we don't want to come down more than 90 degrees. We're letting our hips go back. Knees are not, or keep your knees from falling in towards each other. Press through the heels and come to standing. One more time. Down, exhale down. Arms reach up, 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 look up, and exhale up, inhale up rather. One more time, coming down. This time, bring the hands to the floor. Inhale, step back with the right foot. Exhale, step back with the left foot, coming into downward facing dog. Relax the head. Take just a breath here. And then softening the knees, we're going to walk the hands back to our feet. So we're now at the back of our mat. Taking your elbows with your hands, again, keeping your knees soft here to protect the lower back. We're just going to do this sort of waterfall forward fold here, taking a moment, allowing gravity to release any tension in the lower back. Relax the chin and the shoulders. And then release, and when you're ready, bring your hands to your hips. Engage that core, press through the heels, and hinge up to standing. Now with the hands down at your side, now I'm going to step back here just a moment. We're going to step forward into Warrior One. Warrior One, we have the front foot, the feet are about hip width apart this way. So my back foot is closer to the right side of my mat. The front leg is closer to the left side of the mat. My front foot is facing forward. My back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Inhale, we bring the arms up, and exhale, coming into bending that front knee. We did this last week, so just reviewing here, and coming into our warrior one, engaging the pinky toes on both sides of the feet. So you're really pressing through the feet, making sure that this front knee is at a 90-degree angle over the ankle. And breathe. Relax the jaw, strong leg work here. Now moving on to warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, we're going to drop the arms, turn them sideways so that my left arm is over my left leg. I'm going to hobble my back leg around so that my back foot is now at a 90-degree angle, and the heel of my front foot is in line with the arch of my back. So if I were standing on a balance beam, both feet would now be on the beam. So the feet are in line. Bending that front knee, we come down into our warrior two. Again, checking that front knee that it's at about a 90-degree angle and your arms are about shoulder height. And breathe. Again, pressing through that back pinky toe, that back part of the foot. Good connection of the feet with the ground. Opening the chest here. One more breath. Now dropping the arms, cartwheeling them to either side of the front foot. We're going to swivel on that back leg and come back, bringing that back leg up behind us. This is my left leg. I'm going to come down, lift my right hand, bring it up to the sky, thread the leg through and to the side, and then coming back to downward facing dog. Shake it out. We'll do the other side. Taking a couple of resting breaths here in our downward facing dog. And when you're ready, let's soften the knees, walk the hands back to the feet. This time, we're going to bring the palms of the hands under the feet so that the palms are touching the soles of the feet. Padahastasana, sort of a circular, making a circle of our body, letting the energy rotate through the body. And breathe. Again, soften the knees here. And on your next exhalation, you can remove your hands from the bottom of your feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Engage that core. Press through the heels. Hinge up to standing. Now we're going to do the other side. I'm going to switch so you can see me from the other side now. So now we're going to step forward with the right leg. Coming into warrior one. Check your back legs. It's at a 45-degree angle. Feet are hip width apart. Warrior one. Inhale, reach with the arms, nice long spine. Exhale. Try not to overarch the back here. Let the pelvis come forward here into the lunge. Strong legs. Engage your core, engage your mula, uddiyana. One more breath. Now dropping the arms so that now the right arm is over the right leg or whichever one is forward. Hobble that back leg around so that the legs are now in line, feet are in line, and the front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. Coming down into our warrior two now. Strong legs, strong feet. Checking that front knee, that it's at a 90-degree angle. Looking forward, checking your arms and breathe. Opening up that chest. One more breath here. And then dropping the hands, cartwheeling them down to either side of the foot. Bring that foot back and up over the head. Now bring the leg down, thread it through to the other side, lift the opposite arm to the sky, come back to downward facing dog, and let's drop our knees and come into our child pose. Take a breath. Another breath here. Now, when you're ready, let's come up onto all fours. I'm going to do some bird dog. We did some bird dogs, I believe, last week. We're going to do some more today. A little variation this time. So I have my knees under my hips, hands under my shoulders. I'm going to reach with my right arm forward and my left heel kicking back. Then I'm going to bring them in, round the back and touch the knee to the elbow. Reach forward very slowly here. Maintain your balance and try not to dip that hip, keeping the torso level. Let's do 4, touch. That's 3. And breathe. Inhale, reach. And touch. Now bring the hand down. Keep that knee up, and I'm going to pivot to the side so that my left arm and my left leg are now extended, and I'm on my side. I'm now going to bring the elbow into the knee again to touch and extend. So we're just doing the same thing, but on a different plane and with the same arm and same side of the body. Do about 4 of these. One more. And touch, engage that core. And then come down to center, and we'll do the other side. Switch around from this side. So now we're going to extend the left arm and the right foot, I believe, and bring them into touch. Check your hips. And touch, very slow. It's harder that way. And for 3, one more. For 4. Now coming on to now I'm on my left knee, my left hand. I'm now going to extend my right arm and my right knee, bring them in together, reach, touch, reach. Keep that foot, the upper foot level with the hip if you can, touch, and do about 4 of these. Touch. Okay, coming back down, let's take a moment in child to rest and breathe. Hands can be in front or along your side, whichever you prefer. On your next breath, let's reach the arms forward. Lift the hips off of your feet. Coming into our puppy pose, we're going to extend the arms and then drop the head, the forearms, the head, the shoulders, and letting the hips fall back. Now, if you need, you can put a brick under your head here. Sort of a shoulder opener here, as well as a gentle back bend, whatever you need here, but The hips are off the floor, but still we're reaching forward with the hands, letting the hips fall back to get that stretch here and the opening in the chest. And breathe. Another breath. Relax the face and the jaw. And coming onto all fours. Staying on all fours. Chaturanga. Chaturanga is sort of a half push-up. Well, we're going to do a baby chaturanga. So with our hands under our shoulders and our knees about hip width apart, we're going to come down halfway, but only down to about elbow level, and then up. We keep the elbows are moving back and in line with the body. They're not out and up. Let's do 5 of these. Down, up for 3, down, up for 4, down, inhale up for 5. Now staying here, tuck your toes and lift the heels into plank for 1, and then bring the knees down. Up for 2, and down. Up for 3, and down. Up for 4, and down. One more time. Oh, that's right, 5, excuse me. Up for 5, and down. Okay, let's come onto our side planks. Now, but we're going to do them from the forearm. So we want to stack our elbow under our shoulder. I'm extending my hand and fingers nice and wide for support. You can do this either with your legs extended, or if you'd like, you can bend the bottom knee here and keep the top one extended. Either one is fine. I'll show both ways. We have a friendly fly here today. So we're going to lift up with the arm and raise the hips, and then down. Keep the arm up. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll do 5. Inhale up. Check your chin. Down. Inhale up for 4, and down. Up for 5, and down. Now bring the arm up a second time, lift the hips, and now we're going to thread under, keep the arms up, or keep the hips up as we thread for 2, and up, thread for 3, and up, thread for 4, and up, 5, and up. Bring the hips down. Last set, lift the hips, and now we're going to reach over and down with the hips. Lift the hips, reach, and down for 2, lift and reach, down for 3, lift and reach, down for 4, reach, and 5. Let's turn over to the other side. We'll do the other arm. This time I'll extend both legs so you can see both ways. So again, make sure your elbow is under your shoulder. Either bend the bottom leg or extend them, stacking them. Inhale, lifting the hips, and down. Arm is up for 2, and down. Up for 3, and down. Up for 4, down. 5, and down. Bring the arm down. Now we're going to lift, and we're going to thread for 1, up. Exhale, 2, up. 3, gauge that core. 4, One more time. And up. Woo. Okay. And then the final one, reaching, lift and reach. And down. Reach for 2 and down. Reach for 3 and down. 2 more. Reach. Lift the hips. Final one, lift and reach and down. Come onto your backs. Grab a brick. Some abdominal work. Let's bring the brick and put it between, I'll do my left side first. Bring the brick and put it between the top of your knee, your thigh area, and your elbow. Check your lower back so that you're extending that tailbone and making sure that the lower back is engaged with the floor. Bring the other leg up and bring the elbow of the other arm, the right arm, up to the same general area as the knee. Keeping the small of the back on the floor, let's extend the arm and the leg. Now squeeze that brick, engage your core and back. Inhale, extend, and only extend that leg as far as you can without lifting the small of your back off the floor. Let's do 5 on each side. Extend and reach. Really grab your core here. 4. And last one, 5. And back, bring your feet down. Lift your hips, give them a little wiggle. Now, 5 is too many. Do what you can. If you can do 1, do 1. But do whatever feels comfortable and try to build up to more. Okay, other side now. Again, check that small of the back that's on the floor. Press between the knee and the elbow with that brick. Bring the other arm and leg up off the floor. Extend for 1 and back. Engage your core here. 2. Inhale for 3. Inhale for 4. Check your back. Inhale for 5. Back and down. Put the brick at the side. Lift your hips. Give them a little wiggle here. Maybe bring them up over the body with your hands behind your thighs and just give them a little love here. Maybe gently rolling the spine. If you'd like, you can extend the feet, tuck your head, do a roll of the spine. Keep the chin as tucked as you can so that the spine stays round. And when you're ready, come up to the front of your mat. Now we're going to stay here in a seated position and with your hands under your shoulders, but I'm facing, my fingers are facing my feet. Coming into our tabletop, our knees are bent, slightly pigeon toe your feet so we don't want them splayed out like that. We're going to lift into a tabletop position, lifting those hips up. Now, if you have issues with your neck, you might want to keep the head forward. Otherwise, you can straighten it out so it becomes part of the table. And then coming down, we're going to come down on the right hip. We're going to come around to the side, plant both of our hands behind us, touch our nose to the floor. Do a baby push-up, coming back up to center. Now we'll do the other side. Again, hands are under our shoulders. Lift with the hips, creating our tabletop. And exhale, coming down now on the other hip. Rolling around, hands are on the floor. Touch your nose to the floor, press up. Let's just do a few of these. Nice and slow, inhale, lift. Lift those hips, and then coming down on the right side. Coming around to the back. Press. And coming forward. Lift. Other side. Touching the nose to the floor. Let's do one more set. Lifting the hips. Coming down on the right. Push up, baby push up. Coming back to center, lift the hips, and the other side down. Press up and come to center. You can wrap your hands around or your arms around your knees. Give yourselves a little bit of a hug here. And when you're ready, let's roll over onto our bellies. Grab a brick. So you have one, actually, yeah, just one brick. Coming into our locust. So we're just going to do some more of the Savasana. Back strengthening here. Inhale, we're going to lift the right arm and the left leg and down. Inhale, left arm and right leg and down. Squeezing as you lift, opposite arm and leg. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze the back of the body and down. Let's do about 4 sets on each side and down. Up and down. Inhale, up and down. Inhale, up and down. Put your forehead down on the floor. Just take a resting breath here. Now, grabbing your brick and let's hold it behind your back. So a little bit of a shoulder strengthener here. We're holding the brick behind our back. We're going to lift the feet, the shoulders, and the head off the floor. And as much as we can use the brick to lift and open the shoulders, the better. So inhale, lifting the feet, shoulders, head off the floor, lift that brick, looking forward. 2 breaths and down. Let's do 3 of these. Inhale, lift the feet, the brick, the head, lift, 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 lift. And down. One more time. Lift the feet, the brick, the shoulders, the head. 2 breaths and down. One more variation. Taking the brick and placing it, you might want to look at this if you're placing it, and you have to fiddle with this a little bit, between the foot or the back ankle, bending that back leg. I'm on my right leg here, bending my right leg, placing the brick between my thigh and my right ankle so that I'm gripping it between there. Bringing my hands together and making a little pillow for my head. I'm going to lift that right knee and down. You don't have to lift it very far, but down. Grip it and lift. 3, really working those hamstrings. Let's do 5. Lift. Down for 4. One more. Lift. Down for 5. Very nice. And let's do the other side now. Taking the brick. Now we're bending the left foot. Fiddling around here to get that brick lengthwise grasp between the thigh and the ankle foot-ish area there. Whatever makes sense. Bringing your hands as a little pillow. And now inhale, lifting that left knee for 1 and down. Lift for 2 and down. Lift for 3, down. Couple more. And down. Release it. Let's bring the hands to our side and turn our chin so that we're laying on our left cheek. Just relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Let your lower jaw go limp here. Just a gentle stretch on the neck. Breathe. And when you're ready, turn to the other side, same thing. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. And when you're ready, come back to center. Let's press ourselves up, cross our feet behind us. Press ourselves back so that we can sit down. Bring our knees up over our chest and just give them a final hug here, Apanasana. Interlock the fingers around the shins and just sort of roll around on your lower back and breathe. And whenever you're ready, you can bring the feet back to the floor, extend your legs, extend your arms above you, take a nice stretch here. A little wiggle if you'd like, whatever feels good. And then let's prepare for our Shavasana. Again, scanning the body for tension, covering up with your blankies if you'd like. Checking your feet, making sure they're nice and relaxed. The legs, hips are loose. Release the chest. Let the shoulders sink into the floor. Relax the jaw. Relax the eyes. Let the body just feel heavy, sinking into the floor, supported by the earth. Quiet the mind and breathe. Gently wiggling your toes and your fingers. Nodding your head from side to side. Bringing your feet up over the body. Knees up over the body. Final little hug. And let's roll onto the right side of our body. Take a breath here with our eyes closed. Pressing ourselves up to our seated position, keeping your eyes closed for another moment longer. Bringing your hands to your heart, coming back to the intention if you set one in class, and holding that intention close to the source of this energy, this life force, invigorating it, enlivening it, and bringing it into reality. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a lovely week. And absolutely. And as usual, if you have any questions, shoot me an email, or if there's anything you'd like to discuss or struggling with, please let me know. I'd be happy to work with it. And just a final reminder, next week's class will be a recording only, no live class. I'll send that in an email as well. Take care. Bye-bye.